Hello, everybody.
Go, Mandy.
Right.
So I'm feeling a little bit naughty tonight. I wonder who I might be. Oh, well, yeah. So we've finally arrived at. I think this tarot card is absolutely up there with one of the reasons why certain people are too scared to have a tarot reading.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The devil.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I'm going to go straight to Sally.
Oh, you dog. The
Tell,
devil
yeah,
card.
tell us all your wonderful, wonderful words of wisdom about the devil.
Oh my gosh, the devil, when the devil comes up in a reading. Um, the devil is like the definitive card for me on earthly pleasure, carnal desire, chained to your physical existence, your dependence on other people. Codependency here. You're looking at these two people chained together. They are moving in tandem because they can't move individually. They just can't. Addiction, of all kinds, drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever you could be, online shopping, I don't know, whatever you're addicted to. I I see more of that entrapment than I even see the devil who's looking over these two people. I mean, the devil is there, and I was looking at him earlier. He's not your cloven hoofed devil that you see so often in movies and literature, etc. Look at those talons he has. They're like birds. I look at those and they look like turkey legs, and it just he has that withered bird feel going on instead of the goat feel. Does that make sense? I mean,
Yes.
I never really looked at those before, and they were just kind of drawing my eye today and going, hey, yeah, no, he's kind of sitting on a perch. He's not sitting on a throne like I always kind of thought he was. He's just sitting there perched above them,
Yeah.
and they're dancing to his whims.
I'm totally seeing those drumsticks too.
Right? Sorry, I didn't mean to plant that in your head, but there you go.
I'll never see anything else when I look at it.
But it's just, the people have horns. He has horns. Okay, they're horny. Um, and they're into everything. Hedonism comes to mind with this.
Yes.
I mean, they don't look frightened of him.
No,
They
not at all.
no, they're perfectly kind of content to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're choosing to be there.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
better the devil you know. You
True.
know?
True.
Yeah.
Do you see anything? What's the most positive thing, Sally, that you see? Like, say it came up in a reading in a very positive position. So it was, what do you stand to gain from this situation?
Oh,
Something like
stick
that.
to
So
itiveness.
how would you read it in that instance?
Yeah, just what I stick to itiveness. You're going to stay on task. You're going to see it through. You're not going to be, you're not going to let your attention wander. You're not going to let your goals be thwarted by distraction. You will be razor focused on one thing.
Yes. Yes.
That, that's
Yes,
that's
Loyalty.
yes. There's a loyalty element here. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It isn't always negative.
No.
Um, but I'd have to say a lot of times it is.
Yeah.
most of the
I
time,
mean, when
yeah.
you sort of turn this card over,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I find it difficult to turn this card over and not kind of get an impulsive reaction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It does sort of hit you. It's not kind of like it definitely makes an impact. I think.
Yes. Yeah, it screams liberation to me when I see it reversed in most instances. I'm just like,
Oh,
oh my gosh, you finally let it go.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, whatever you were holding on to so tightly, it's gone. Yay. Dance, be happy. How about you, Sharon?
Well, upright, I see it as I do often see it as a perversion of religion, a
Mm-hmm.
misunderstanding or a straight out perversion, like Satanism.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't read for a whole lot of Satanists. And oddly enough, the ones that I have read for, it really doesn't come up for. So
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
I don't think that they're related, but it is a perversion of something or a skewing of something, a purposeful skewing to make something look different than it is and to have and I also see it as complete control
Mm-hmm.
because
yeah,
like look at him with that torch. And if that little man sways in any direction other than the direction that devil wants him to, he's setting his tail on fire.
yeah, yeah.
So,
And I do see it sometimes as Saturn, and that to me says boundaries, restrictions,
Mm-hmm. Right.
limits. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes that could be a good thing. You need to set some boundaries. You need to set some restrictions, set some limits.
Mm-hmm.
Like know how far it is that you can dare go.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
and I keep seeing his hand, and all I can think is live long and prosper.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking
Spock, and that's actually um, a, a Jewish hand symbol for ceremonies. It's like a perversion of a lot. It's the perversion of Judaism. It's the perversion of Christianity. It's the perversion of I doubt they had Wicca back then, but it's the perversion of the pentagram, the witchcraft, and the science of the pentagram. That's the
Oh,
whole body upright.
I'm just looking at their tails.
too. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to work out what is her tail.
Grapes.
It looks like
Grapes, is it?
It looks like a vine of grapes growing upside down.
Hit fire. I
Yep.
mean, I just kind of like feel it's saying whatever it is you're involved with, this is not in your best interest.
mm-hmm.
This is not a healthy thing to kind of like you get kind of like attracted to. I don't know. And in reverse, I mean, yeah, I mean, you said the obvious, Sally, about freeing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody see anything else in reverse?
Seeing clearly, being able to see clearly. That really jumps out at me. It's taking the veil off of your eyes to see the situation you're really in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this card has a connection with the Eight of Swords? Like, in some degree of a similar message?
Yeah, and the entrapment and confinement and control aspects. Yeah, I can feel a similarity between those two.
Yeah. Yeah, she just
And if,
obviously knows she's in trouble, and I don't think they do.
yeah, that's true. But in the reverse, kind of breaking free of it all, they're very similar, I think.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, I just feel if I had both of them coming up in a reading, depending on where they were, I would say this situation is you're going to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
If both of those came up, I'd feel quite confident to feel that this was, they were going to be released from it somehow. I mean, do you actually see it as sort of imprisonment?
Yeah, they are chained to that pillar.
But you look at those chains too, they're kind of loosely draped. The loop is bigger than their head. They could get out if they wanted to, but they don't want to.
They don't know
They're
to, yeah.
yeah, they're cool where they are. I don't see
Yeah.
them struggling like I see the Eight of Swords struggling. They're just like, yeah, this is the thing we do.
I keep hearing Dusty in my head, ball and chain, ball and chain.
Yeah.
This is this
Well,
is marriage card, right?
so, how do you think it compares then to the lovers then? Or, talking of marriage, which one is
Ah,
which one is more like a real marriage, the devil or the lovers?
Probably a combination of both.
yeah. I just I oh this I love the similarities between the lovers and the devil.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And it's got that whole triad going on, the triangle, and I mean it's almost the exact same triangle.
Hmm.
He's got the tree of fire behind him and the tail of fire. She's got the tree of knowledge behind her, the fruit and the tail of fruit,
yes,
Hmm.
and then the great overlords. Okay, this is gonna be weird, but what strikes me is that you know how Adam and Eve didn't know they were naked until they ate that apple.
Right.
yeah,
And obviously they've eaten the apple by the time they're in the devil card,
Hmm.
but it doesn't look like I mean it still doesn't look like they realize they're naked. They're not
Mm-mm.
trying to cover themselves up. So
No, you're
that just
right. They
struck
aren't.
me as odd.
Well, in that, I guess you would say that they have no shame.
I don't know if I'm trying to read too much into it, but in the lovers card you've got that mountain,
Hmm.
that phallic-y looking mountain sort of pointing upwards. And
Hmm.
in the devil card, his legs are kind of forming a triangle pointing downwards. I don't, honestly, I don't know if that means anything or not.
It'd be worth looking into, and it's quite possible that someday you'll be reading and all of a sudden you'll go, "Oh my God." That,
Hmm.
that intuition kick in and
Yeah,
it'll mean something.
Well, if you think about uh, the phallic-y looking mountain,
yeah,
and then you look at the devil, where that mountain is suspiciously covered on this card. But you can imagine it being there.
Right.
yes, yes, yes,
So there, you could say that that's clothed in the devil card, and Sharon was talking about they're not clothed in the devil card, which you would think they would be because they've already eaten the apple. But the thing that's covered is the sexuality in this card. Whereas in the lover's card, it was out there, but it was kind of open and pure. It was natural. It's
yeah,
a mountain.
yeah. That is
Nice.
nice. That's very nice.
Well said.
But it's really what I do get from these two particular cards being so similar,
Hmm.
but being the kind of the opposite sides of the same coin, is that the human race exists and also puts so much importance on relationships, the good and
Hmm.
bad. It's kind of like, regardless of anything else, we exist as a species because of people getting together,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and the world kind of, it is all geared up towards sort of couples. It still is.
Yes, it is.
I know
Hmm.
people like today are trying very hard to make a point that there, there's all different types of relationships, which there are,
Hmm.
but relationships are never going to go away, are they?
No.
Some form or another, until the human race is wiped out. I personally believe there will always be relationships, and it's relationships that cause, they're the spectrum, aren't they, from love through to hate.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's it. It's just the fundamental thing. And let's face it, most tarot readings are about relationships.
Yes, they are.
Not all, but most.
Hmm. I'd say a good 80,
Yeah.
85%.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So if they had to choose two cards to kind of reflect each other, I think they've absolutely chosen the right two with this.
I was thinking how the devil has a dad bod.
Yeah. Gotta love the dad bods. I was thinking how the angel has both of his hands up, like free
Yeah.
will.
Yes, and
Whereas,
embracing too.
yeah, where the devil, he's kind of like, he's got a hand in what at least the male does by setting his tail on fire, like more
Mm-hmm.
controlling. Where
Mm-hmm.
the angel is allowing them to exercise their free will.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Hands off. That's what I was. That was
but
the phrase that came up. Mm-hmm.
also, if you look at it as well, with the lovers card, they don't need to be chained to be there. Whereas to me, the devil, it just shows insecurity. Is that unless he can literally chain them to keep them there, they can't be relied on to stay.
Yeah,
Mm.
if I were to focus on the devil, I would be really hard pressed not to get the word narcissism in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Gaslighting or absolute control freak type of narcissism.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But wouldn't you rather be with someone who's there out of choice rather than they're chained to be there to that they have to have a chain around them to keep them
Mm-hmm.
there.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
And then that makes you actually question, oh God, this might make me unpopular, but that makes me question marriage because surely in a healthy relationship, it doesn't need to have the, if you like, the chains of marriage, to kind of like make it secure and make it, that you're kind of like obliged to stay with it. Wouldn't it be nicer to just have that freedom of the lovers? You're just there because you want to be there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just much more positive and healthy. But I'm sure a lot of people would disagree with me.
And they'll post in the comments.
I mean, it is the last thing that you would want, isn't it? If you went for a tarot reading and somebody, the question was, what sort of about a marriage is this going to be? What's he going to be like towards me? And the devil came up.
Oof.
You know, it,
Unless you were into that, in which case it may be the perfect relationship for you.
I would sure want to know that going in, though.
Right?
Know
Absolutely.
that. Like, ooh, that's.
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, unfortunately, I think a lot of relationships are like that.
Yeah, I think they definitely, most of them end up like that. That's why I think the divorce rate is so daggone high.
Yeah. What about if the devil card, well, let's just say the devil and the lovers came up in a non-relationship reading? I'm interested to know.
Well, as
I'm
far
gonna.
as go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I'm gonna fall back on the question. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out the question. What context would that be in?
Um, let's just say that you were moving house. The reading was
Mm-hmm.
about moving house, and should you move house? You wanted to kind of like know whether it was good. You found a house. You wanted to know if it was
Mm-hmm.
a good idea to buy this
Mm-hmm.
house, and you got the devil came up in the outcome. Let's just say
Mm-hmm.
the outcome,
Okay.
and the lovers came up in I don't know. I'm just trying to sort of make this easy. Okay, Con, let's just say what's coming up next, the lovers, and what is it going to lead to, the devil? There you go.
You found your perfect house, and they'll have to toe tag you out of there because you'll never leave.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. I was thinking you found the perfect
yeah.
house, but it's a fixer upper. You got to be prepared to sink a lot into it.
What if they came up the other way round? So the devil came up with what's coming up next, but it's going to lead to the lovers.
Study that contract really, really hard.
Yeah.
I just had the feeling it's a millstone around your neck. You're taking on all this debt and it's too much. And eventually you're just going to have to leave it and just free yourself from those chains.
Oh, so if you saw the lovers as following the devil card in a reading, you would almost see that as being like the devil reversed.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to get the devil reversed because you've already used that card for the devil.
Right.
And back to the devil by himself, and I'm surprised I forgot about this, but so often, you know how we oh my God, you've lost a job, or the company's closed, and you take the first job that you can get, and you just to survive, and then you're trapped in that job. You hate the job, but the money's good, and you just stay there indefinitely, miserable. So it goes towards business, it goes towards monetary relationship, it goes towards anything.
It does.
I think most people get tripped up, especially, to the lovers. They're trying to read a business spread, and they get the lovers and go off in a totally different direction about how they're going to fall in love with someone. Oh my God. No.
Yeah, when you're looking at a job reading, yeah.
Now, if they were going to say to me, okay, you're going to start the job, and you're going to get a relationship, and you're going to get the daddy warbucks so that you don't have to work anymore. Okay, great. I'll listen to that. But
no, I think the devil is a fascinating card, and yeah, and I kind of think the relationship with the lovers is I don't think there's any great surprise if the devil and the lovers both come up in the same reading, to be honest. But depending on, the timeline of the reading, because often things start off in a very kind of innocent and, pure way, and then become much more of a sort of a trap as it goes along. Or again, like you say, the lovers could be equivalent to the devil reversed if they get out of it.
Right.
Or it could be working through all those demons that have haunted the relationship. Some kind of therapy or agreement where they could go on happy. It doesn't have to end. They could actually repair things and gain some of that trust back.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah. So if these were coming up as a Netflix series, right? and you were just looking at kind of, oh, is this a comedy? Is this a western? And the devil was the theme of it. What would you say? This is a
Didn't Netflix just do this one with?
No, it was Amazon.
It was Amazon. Okay.
That was so good.
I knew one of them did. I watched it.
It was, wasn't it epic? Have you seen Good Omens yet, Mandy? Good Omens.
No.
With Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett wrote it.
Oh.
It is wonderful.
Oh, okay. Oh, I have to watch that.
Oh, yes, you did. It's only 6 episodes, but holy mother of cows.
What's it called?
Good Omens.
Good Omens.
And it is totally the devil and the lovers.
Oh, okay.
And one of the best shows I have ever seen.
Oh, I'll check that out. Thank you. So, what theme is this then? What type of story are we watching?
A comedy of errors.
Good versus evil, Star Wars,
Oh,
any of them.
oh no, no, no. He's live long and prosper. We got to get some Star Trek in there. Um,
So, is this Wrath of Khan? Which one?
Wrath of Khan. That's it. Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
It could just be a sort of psychological horror.
Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. What? Dexter. Dexter. It's Dexter. The serial killer that only kills
Hmm?
like rapists and murderers.
Right.
Okay.
And what's the movie where the girl gets the roommate and things go really haywire, stocky?
Single white female.
That's it. That's it.
Better hide your bunny.
Or Rosemary's Baby.
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We can fit it in all kinds of genres.
Yeah.
Everybody, go watch Good Omens. It's on Amazon.
I will.
And Amazon.
On Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Will it be-
Yes, it's on Prime.
Yeah, I've got that. I don't think I've ever used it because I watch Netflix all the time. So, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. So, I shall report back.
Yes, let us know.
Yeah.
You gotta let us know. You gotta power watch it, Mandy. It was just that
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know I will. Okay. I like it that it's only 6 episodes as well.
And it's an
Yeah.
entire story.
Yeah.
They don't have to do anything else with it. No season
No.
Oh,
2
brilliant.
or
I like
anything. It's
that.
perfect.
Yeah. Is that it then?
I think so. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been quite brain dead today.
Well, I'm going to put them away in my little box.
That's what I'm
And
doing.
yeah.
So Mandy, want to give us the outro?
Well, shall I? Okay. So yes. So it's goodbye to the devil for now. I'm going to take my chains off and hang them up and make a run for it before I get kind of like drawn back in the rest of my life.
Which is what happens anytime I ever get on Google.
Oh gosh, yes.
So the devil card is now my Google.
That's me with window shopping. Paul has got to be thrilled that I don't buy everything I want. Oh my word.
Oh God. So thank you very much, both of you. And if anybody has got any devil stories, I would suggest you send them to Amazon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.